27th of February 2020 remains fresh in our minds, but we're not going there yet. The 27th day of the year 2021, that's on our minds right now, is that the set of boys that were taken away from Kankara, that's Kankara school,
and others
and
in that school.
others in that school have been released. And of course, we also understand that a good number of, more than 300 girls have been taken. But let's first of all speak with correspondent Emperor Simon, who is in Niger State, joins us right now. Thanks, Emperor, for joining us. Could you give us a quick update on the news that we're getting about the boys that have been released?
Yeah, Yeah, it's indeed a good news for Niger State government having waited for this long, precisely 10 days after the abduction of 41 persons from the government science secondary school, Kankara. We got information about their release as at yesterday night when we were told that they were released but that they were on their way coming to Niger State. We were stationed at the government house waiting for that to happen. But at exactly 11 p.m., we were told that they might not arrive and that we were to go home. So we retired back to our various rooms yesterday until this morning, very early, when information started filtering about the release of the abductees and that they were on their way coming to Niger State, particularly the government house. So we went back to the government house again and started waiting. We were there. Of course, it was like a rumor, government officials not wanting to speak about it, people saying that it was not true. As a matter of fact, when we broke that news this morning, we were the first to break that news, and I started getting calls on why we should have broken that news because it was not confirmed by the government officials. But of course, we had sources everywhere who were giving us information about the situation. So we went to the government house and we started waiting. Not quite long, the abductees arrived, but as against our expectation that they were going to be taken to the government house, as it was the case with the 53 persons that were earlier rescued by the state government who were kidnapped on the Niger State Transport Authority bus. They were not brought to the government house this time around, but rather taken to a government hotel. As a matter of fact, I am standing in front of the government hotel where everybody, every journalist is waiting to get a glimpse of the abductees as they arrived. But we were barred from entering. Security men are outside. The gate has been under lock and key. Nobody apart from security agencies and government officials are allowed to enter into the hotel. So as it stands now, we do not even have information as to how many of the 41 abductees have been released. So it seems like we're just getting half information. Nobody is speaking to us. Government officials are not saying anything on this. The only thing we know is that they are saying that the reason they are being brought to this hotel is so that they can be attended to, because the picture we earlier got, the video that went on circulation when they were released, show them in bad condition, some of them leaping, some of them looking very worn out. So we were told outside, not officially, that the reason they are being brought to this place is so that they can be attended to.
In any way seen, for instance, maybe some health personnel who may be coming to that hotel to attend to the abductees in terms of their health?
Yes, like I said, we've not been allowed to go in, but we've seen government officials, including officials from the Niger State Ministry of Health, coming into the hotel, and they have been allowed to go in. But we cannot, at this point, confirm whether there are health workers with them or not, because we do not have anything, anything to show for that.
We understand that there are some visuals making the rounds of some boys. You know, could those videos be those of these boys or the Kankara boys? Which can you confirm if we have any recording of these boys?
Yeah, obviously, from the language or what we heard, those who were shooting that video speaking, they were speaking the native language of the people of Niger State, particularly Nupe, Gwari, and Hausa. So that video, although we've not received confirmation, but it could be that of the Kagara boys and their staff who have been abducted and have been released. But no official information yet to confirm that video. But like I said again, the language we heard, Nupe, Gwari, Hausa, are some of the native languages of the Niger State people.
I guess this news of the release would have gotten to the parents and caregivers for some of these abductees. Are you seeing any of the family members around?
For now, there is nobody, no family member around yet. We can't see that, unlike the previous release that we witnessed, where family members were standing at the gate waiting even before the arrival of the abductees. So, like I said earlier on, the information on the release of these abductees is in a way ordered. Nobody is allowed, nobody is given the opportunity to get a feel of what is happening. So I'm not even sure if family members have been informed about this release. So because we can't find any of them here. Now, again, that also brings me to the worrisome situation that we have in Niger State, where we seem not to have a well-defined line of communication from the government officials. Nobody is telling us exactly what is happening. We only see people snap video, snap pictures, and release them on social media. And then it becomes a rumor flying here and there, and nobody is willing to speak on it from the government angle.
Well, one natural question, Emperor, that must be asked is, to the best of your knowledge, was there any exchange of money, for the boys? Is there any ransom paid? Yes, the minister told us that that wasn't on the table, but can you confirm any information about that?
At this point, we cannot confirm if there was exchange of hands in terms of payment of ransom by the Niger State government. Of course, the governor himself has often said that his administration will not negotiate with bandits for release of anybody or pay ransom, to anybody to release abductees. But again, when the 53 persons that were earlier rescued by the state government, started speaking on their ordeal, some of them did tell us that there was a negotiation, though they were not particular about whether it was government that was negotiating with the bandits, but they did tell us that there was negotiation, ransom was paid at some point. So right now we cannot ascertain whether ransom was paid for these abductees that have been released by the state government, but we know that the governor has been emphatic as to as to his position that ransom will not be paid for the release of anyone.
Even though we can find that some pictures of these boys are awash on the internet, but then again, that's cannot be confirmed right now. But we have to thank you very much, Emperor Simon, and we know that as events unfold, you would keep us informed.